got some news here about Top Gun. Did you guys see Top Gun Maverick?
Yeah, it was
I
great.
haven't seen. I
I mean,
haven't
It
seen
like
the
was
remake.
it
great.
was fantastic. You haven't seen it?
Yeah.
Not yet. No.
You haven't seen it, Mick?
Oh,
Oh man, it's
whoa.
fantastic,
I
man.
mean, they used the plot of Star Wars: A New Hope, but it was still great.
Yeah, it was really really good. I love the way that it ended. It really did surprise me, and because usually when you see like sequels that come out like 30 years later, you kind of like but this is Tom Cruise.
Like that Independence Day sequel that I don't want to ever
Oh,
think about
man.
again.
Don't even bring that movie was terrible. I mean, just trash.
I tell you what, though, if they made a third one and all of a sudden randomly Will Smith's alive again, I'm watching the shit out of that some bitch. I promise
Man,
you.
That movie
promise
was
you.
terrible, man.
They could
But
put
Top
his
Gun,
wife
remember, it
in
took
there
a
as an alien.
Remember, it took a while for the Top Gun sequel to come out because of the virus.
Right.
It got
Right.
delayed. Remember, we were actually all planning to go and see it, then it got
Right.
delayed.
Fatal J.
I forgot about that.
And
Fox.
Wow. Foxy. That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, we were
I
all
talked
planning
to
to go and
Fatal
see it.
just
and
a couple weeks ago. Yep.
Nobody was expecting this, but new Top Gun movie in the
Gun
works.
3.
Top Gun 3 is
Top Gun
coming.
Strikes Back.
You know what? When I saw Maverick, I was like, man, this is so good. I don't want them to make another one because I love that movie so much that they can only go down from there.
It scares you. But
It scares me.
Who thought they could make a sequel that good to begin with? I was like, this is
Exactly.
going to be trash. I'm like, this movie scares me. This is going to be trash.
I didn't
And then
think it was
like,
trash.
I was like, this is one of the best movies I've ever seen. I couldn't believe how fun it was. It was so good.
Yeah.
Maverick was so good.
Now, this is only going to work with Tom Cruise. Now, they do say that they want Tom Cruise to be in this movie. He needs to be the star of the movie. I mean, if you're not going to have Tom Cruise, don't even make the movie, okay?
Yeah.
But it says a third Top Gun movie reportedly is on the way. Top Gun Maverick took Hollywood by storm in 2022 and was a desperately needed shot of adrenaline in the soul of movie theaters around America. Going to cinemas was appearing to become an extinct idea before the highly anticipated sequel with Tom Cruise about Navy fighter pilots hit screens. The film grossed $1.5 billion around the globe, and Paramount is now focused on cashing in once again. But you know what? The wokes out there want to say that, oh, people don't want to go to movies theaters anymore. This movie made $1.5 billion. Avatar, Way of Water, what, $2.3 billion? Just because your woke movies are failing doesn't mean that people don't want to go to the movies. I still enjoy going to the movies.
Look, the
So the
biggest
Freedom
lie,
made a fortune as well, didn't they?
the biggest lie they're peddling out there is, number one, and I'm going to keep it real, nobody's got MCU fatigue. People have crappy story and written MCU fatigue. If they can't,
Exactly.
if they were still doing those really quality stories that were tied to the MCU and they hadn't made it about identity politics, those movies would still be making 1.5 billion when they were put out. The movies are terrible now because the stories are terrible now and the characters are terrible now. It's
Yeah.
not fatigue, and you can apply that to Lucasfilm too and what they've done with
Bingo.
Star Wars.
Bingo.
Come on,
Anybody
stop it.
anybody want to see that Ray movie? Nobody's calling for it. Nobody. But the Hollywood Reporter reported Top Gun Maverick co-writer Aaron Kruger is currently hammering out a script, and director Joe Kosinski will return. The Hollywood Reporter also reported the intent is to reunite Tom Cruise with his next-gen co-stars Miles Teller and Glenn Powell. They were great in that movie, too.
I love Glenn Powell.
I mean,
that's my
oh,
dude.
man, he was good in that movie.
Dude, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. And you're going to be like, what? Dude, he could play a young Han Solo. I'm just saying it right there. He could do it. Glenn Powell could. Look at his character. Watch that movie. You're like, I'm like, damn, he's got some Han
Man.
going on. That dude's got
Man.
Han going on in him.
Rhodes, they would
Yeah.
still mess it up. They would still
Nah,
mess
man,
it up.
If they put a good story around it, it wouldn't be so bad.
Rhodes,
Solo sucked, dude.
Oh yeah. But when it comes to this here, man, if they're gonna reunite him with Miles Teller and Glenn Powell, that may be something right there. I will actually go and see this movie because you cannot make this movie without Tom Cruise. You have to make it with Tom Cruise because we know that it will be good. Without Tom Cruise, man, there is no Top Gun in my opinion.
Yeah, you can't
So
make
what's
this
the plot going to be?
Tom
I don't
Cruise.
know.
You cannot make it without Tom.
No.
And you know what?
And
I think the guys that did this movie, I think they've got enough sense from listening to some of the like behind the scenes stuff and listening to them talk. I think they understand Tom Cruise has got to be a major part of this center around the Maverick.
And I know that Tom Cruise is 61. He looks fantastic for 61.
He looks about 47.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean,
he works out. He takes care of his body, man. He can still do it. He can still do it. Does he want to do it?
Wesley Snipes could still play Blade today.
Yeah, but they don't want Blade. Wesley Snipes is I believe he's 62. He doesn't look that old. I mean, he's leaner than what he was when he was doing Blade, but Wesley Snipes still looks like he can play Blade. I'm pretty sure he can bulk up a little bit. Maybe you want to do a little bit of de-aging a little bit on him. But that they got massive problems with that Blade movie, man. Apparently they went through like 3 scripts. I just did a video on this. They were actually going to make Blade like the 4th character in his own movie.
I was going to say, aren't
to focus
they
on like
all
3
chicks
females
and a bunch of gay women or something?
Yeah, and they threw it out. See, that's the problem with Hollywood right there, man.
That's
That
the problem,
is the
with
problem
the
with
MCU.
Hollywood.
That's your example right there.
Is it you guys seen the
know.
Echo yet? The new Marvel series.
Nope. Don't care to see it.
Yeah. It looks. I've seen trailers for it. It looks good and all that. Like, but
Echo.
yeah.
Have you seen Gary's post on X about that movie because he had the closed captions on, and that character's deaf. So when that character's talking, it doesn't say Kingpin, it says Queenpin. His name is Queenpin.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's so funny. I'm going to be honest with you though. Those trailers look dope. They do. Those trailers look like that's a badass show. I'm like, man, am I going to have to watch that? Those trailers look really good. And I love Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. That dude is great as Kingpin. I'm like, could that alone? And I know she fights Daredevil in the damn show. So I'm like, they could have done, let's say they decided to not identity politics any of this up. They could have made a really good, they could have kept Avengers going and it been really well done. They had Spider-Man that could have led the group, Guardians of the Galaxy. If they'd have brought back Wesley Snipes, they could have had Blade. If they could have kept the Falcon, Winter Soldiers, the Winter Soldier, they could have made some good Avengers movies if the stories were good. Bring back Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Don't feminize him or make him fat. And have the Hulk in there and have Spider-Man, Thor, and the Hulk lead the Avengers. They could do that. And they didn't want to do it. They thought Captain Marvel was going to... Nobody gives a rip about Captain Marvel. Nobody gives a damn about her.
Nope.
At all.
Yeah.
What are we going to do,
I think that's
Entertainment sucks.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I'm so indifferent about it. That's my problem. I'm literally don't care anymore.
Well, I think that's going to wrap up the show, man.